It's been a very long time since I last cleared a legendary mission with just skill build and not swapping to a DPS build at the end. I do have a couple of variants I want to show you. One is for more fun and relaxed playstyle, and the other one is a bit more serious, but honestly it still has the similar kind of playstyle. I mean, it's a skill build. So without wasting much of your time, let me show you the builds. Now, let's just start with the weapons here first. Now, I'm using the Police M4 as my primary weapon. I do have the Carbon 7 here as well. Both of them are great weapon and they're both assault rifles. So that matters because we're using Tinkerer Mask. They both needs to be the same type of weapon, right? And high ends, obviously. Now, the talents I chose is Flatline here and also the In-Sync talent because both of them not only going to give us a skill damage really high, but also weapon damage at the same time. Like In-Sync will give us 30% of weapon damage and skill damage, and Flatline will give us 15% of amplified weapon and skill damage. Now, it only says weapon damage, but it works for these skills as well, which is good. Plus, it's amplified damage, so it's a bit better. Now, why did I choose these two particular weapons? Is because they can use long under-barreled rail, so that means we can use the Link Laser Pointer, so you can easily point and pulse your enemies to proc the Flatline. And basically what I do is just go in cover and spam, like spin the mouse like crazy, and it pulses them and the pulse stays for 15 seconds. So I don't have to worry about, the talent. It usually gets active fairly easily. And as for the In-Sync, since my skills are always dealing damage to the enemies, all I have to do is just shoot from the cover, like a blind fire, and it hits them and it procs it. So it's fairly easy to activate. It does a little bit more damage than the capacitor damage stacks for your, skills, that is. Yes, it is actually a little bit more damage, just a little bit damage than the capacitor stacks, that is. So that's basically my weapons. Right, now as for the build, well, this is the build over here. As you can see, I do have my Tinkerer Mask here. I have a couple of skills, the Turret and the Seeker Mind. Now, to be honest, this is not going to be your first build. Like not even your second build, probably like third or fourth build or even fifth build. Now, why did I say that? Because you probably already have some like a DPS build, like a crit build or something, which you like to use a lot. This is something you will use when you want to relax, sip a cup of coffee or something, watch, I don't know, movie. I mean, I was listening to music while playing the legendary mission, and the next thing I know that I cleared it without any issue. And it gave me like a Division 1 vibe, which I used to do with the Tactician. So that's exactly how it felt like, and I loved it, and that's why I'm sharing it with y'all. Now, I will give you another variant for like new players or something. If you want to make a skill build, like your first build or something, that's the one you will go for, and that will actually help you clear harder contents like Legendary, and not just one or two Legendary mission, but basically all of them, and also like Summit with a lot of directives and stuff like that. That's the one you're going to be choosing because it's more viable in the end game content, okay? But first, let's just talk about this one and see how it actually works. Now, as for the mask here, obviously I'm using the Tinkerer Mask. I'm pretty sure you all know how it actually works, but if you're a new player, let me just give you a little brief here. All you need to make sure is that both of your primary and your secondary weapon is the same weapon. Like in my case, I'm using assault rifles, right? So both of my primary and secondary is assault rifle, and as long as it's the high-end assault rifle, I will get both of those talents work together. So that's why in my case, both the talents are combined and working together. So that's what it does, the mask, and I have the skill haste mod over here. Now, as for the chest piece, well, I'm using a China Light here because it gives you 15% of explosives damage. I am focusing on the Seeker Mine a lot than the turret. The turret is great. It's doing good damage and it also distracts the enemies. Kind of works as a decoy, right? But the Seeker Mine is what getting most the kills and actually helps us activate the talent really easily, which is skill talent. Your skill kills have 25% chance to reset the skill cooldown. And since we are getting multiple kills with our Seeker Mine, it actually basically feels like you have a 100% chance. Now, if you get lucky enough to proc this talent back to back, like 2 to 3 times in a row, you will actually clear the room. And now there's one thing you can do is lower the enemy's health from your weapons, which you should be able to do because, the talents is set up in a way where you not only do good damage with your skill, but at the same time your weapons, it buffs both your weapon and skill damage, right? So you can use the weapons to lower their HP and then just make sure the Seeker Mine gets the final blow, or at least your turret, like your skills needs to get the final blow. Once it does that, it'll actually going to reset your cooldown. Again, it will feel like 100% chance. Like it happens a lot. Like I've been in a situation where I was able to activate the talent 2 to 3 times in a row, which helped me clear the rooms really quickly too. It is really good. Now, if you want to do more damage with your Seeker Mine, you can go for something like the explosive delivery talent, but you won't get the reset and you have to worry about the cooldown of your Seeker Mine, which is like 25 seconds or 30 seconds, something like that. But this will do good damage. Now, if you don't want to use a Seeker Mine, If you want to use something else, you can go for Kinetic Momentum, because with Seeker Mind, this won't be active. You can go for Glass Cannon, because you do have healing and bonus armor. It works too, so you don't have to worry about any talent. But then again, the whole build is set up around the skill talent, so I can spam the Seeker Mind in a way. And that's why I'm choosing this particular chess piece with this talent, obviously. Now, as for the attributes on the chess piece, we do have skill haste, skill damage, and skill haste mod with the skilled talent, like I already mentioned. For the gear set, obviously, I'm using Refactor, including the backpack here. Now, if you're a new player, you don't know what Refactor does, let me give you a little brief here. 2-piece gives you 15% of status effect, 3-piece gives you 25% skill damage, and 4-piece is where all the magic happens. Basically, whenever your skill hits the enemies, you get healing, right? And your group members will get double the healing. So if you're playing in a group, that's really good. You will heal them. They basically don't need a healer or any sort of armor regen builder or something, because this healing is really good. Now, since we're playing solo, the backpack actually helps a lot because it gives us bonus armor. Now, this bonus armor is pretty good, like basically like Bloodsucker talent. You'll feel like you're using that talent. Now, it's not as crazy as Bloodsucker, but it's really high. Like that bonus armor is really helpful. Now, for my attributes for the backpack, I have skill tier, skill damage, and skill haste mod. For the gloves, I have skill tier, skill damage. For the knee pads, again, I have skill tier, skill damage. And for the holster, also I have skill tier and skill damage. So that's basically the 4-piece of Refactor. And like I said, I'm pairing it with the turret and the Seeker Mine there, which is the cluster mine. Yes, I'm missing a mod. Now, let me show you a variant which is way more viable for endgame content, and it will basically clear anything you throw at it. And you can play with randoms by matchmaking, you know what I mean? And also like legendary missions, add directives. You can go crazy with this, okay? Now, for the weapon, I'm choosing the capacitor here because we're not restricted with the Tinkerer mask, so we can use the exotic. And this is probably the best exotic to use for this particular build because of this thing. Like more skill tier you have, the more weapon damage you'll get. Plus with the stacks, we can get more skill damage, right? Which is good. Now, I did said that the previous variant 2 talent combo will do a bit more skill damage than this. It is true. However, we do have other things on the build which increases the overall, you know, the build's damage, like the skill damage. Like for example, we have the waveform holster, the exotic holster, which gives us 30% of skill damage. Now, there is an arrow thing like left and right, but to be honest, just set and forget. It'll do its job. Now, next we have the chest piece, which is Wyvernware. Gives us skill damage. We have glass cannon, yes, because this amplifies your skill damage but also your weapon damage by 25%. So this is really awesome, and you don't have to worry about any stacks. It's set and forget. However, if you feel uncomfortable, you can use kinetic momentum. No weapon damage boost from this. You do have the skill damage, but you have to be careful because there's a stack thing, okay? So that's the only thing you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, it's a great talent too. Now, for the knee pads, I'm using weapon damage instead of skill tier because we don't want to waste a skill tier, so that's the reason why. Otherwise, basically the same. I am using protection from elite mods on, you know, all the mod slots to feel a bit more protected, you know, which is nice. And we still have the backpack, so we can get that bonus armor, kind of like Bloodsucker in a way, so that's pretty sweet. We do have the Artificial Hive, which not only heals our turret, but boosts the damage too by a lot. You can throw the turret and hive in the same place and just relax, and it'll basically clear everything for you because it'll stay active basically forever. You just have to keep capacitor stacks active. That's it. So that's basically for the build. You know, give it a try. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, which one you like the most. I know a lot of people would probably say the second variant, but the first variant is what I liked a lot because it gave me that Division 1 kind of vibe. I was honestly listening to music and doing the mission, and it was really fun for me. So yeah, again, try it out, see how it performs for you, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section, like I said, and leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.